has long been known as the city of gentle people, and this is a city we cannot wait to share with the world. We now turn to tourism. For generations, Dumaguete has drawn visitors from across the Philippines and around the world. And today, more people are discovering it. To strengthen our tourism, heritage, culture, and the arts, the city created the Dumaguete City Tourism, Heritage, Culture, and Arts Council through City Ordinance Number 35. By the end of last year, Dumaguete welcomed 672 and 117 visitors. That is an 11.52% increase from the 602,689 visitors recorded the year prior. Of that number, 621,852 were domestic visitors and 50,265 were foreign tourists. More visitors mean more customers, more business, and more income for Dumagueteños. The growth is clear. More people are choosing Dumaguete. Last October 2025, Dumaguete took part in the annual Buglasan Festival and brought home several trophies and championship titles. We also brought the Sandurot Festival back to its traditional November schedule, alongside the city's Charter Day and Fiesta celebrations. 13 school and barangay contingents came together to celebrate Dumaguete's culture and history. During Christmas, Rizal Boulevard was once again brought to life with the city's Belen, adding more color to the celebration. And on October 31, 2025, Dumaguete earned international recognition when UNESCO officially designated us as a creative city of literature. This was an extraordinary recognition. Dumaguete became the first UNESCO City of Literature in the Philippines and only the second in Southeast Asia. A proud and historic moment for our city and a recognition of the writers, artists, educators, and storytellers who have long shaped Dumaguete. Also revived the Kabulakan Festival for the first time since 2011. After 14 years, Kabulakan returned to Dumaguete in celebration of National Heritage Month, bringing back a cultural tradition that had been absent from the city for more than a decade. And the world continues to take notice of Dumaguete. Under the present administration, we have been recognized among the top 5 best cities in the Philippines. But we've always known that, right? It's about time the rest of the world caught up. We have also been declared the #1 safest city in the Philippines, a recognition we proudly share with our police, our barangays, our peace and order personnel, and everyone working every day to keep Dumaguete safe. We have been recognized as the top 3 best places to retire in Southeast Asia. To those who have chosen Dumaguete as the place to spend the next chapter of their lives, welcome. And to those still thinking about it, Dumaguete is waiting, and Dumaguete is also among the top 4 budget-friendly Asian destinations for retirement. Dumaguete offers the kind of life many retirees are looking for. Safe, livable, affordable, and still proudly the city of gentle people. What's not to love about Dumaguete? From tourism, we now turn to another source of pride for Dumaguete: sports. In one of the fastest growing sports in the country, Dumaguete is making a name for itself in pickleball. Last May 2026, together with private partners, the city hosted a national pickleball tournament that brought more than 1,400 players from across the Philippines to Dumaguete. Some of the country's best joined us, including tennis legend Johnny Arcia, Leander Lazaro, Sarah Jane Lim, and celebrities Beauty Gonzalez, Diana Zubiri, and Eric Fructuso. It was another major step in positioning Dumaguete as the pickleball capital of the Philippines. And we are only getting started. Dumaguete also became a venue for national-level chess. Last March, the city hosted 2 major tournaments: the 2026 Philippine National Youth and Schools Chess Championships and the Philippine National Seniors Chess Championships. Moreover, at the Batang Pinoy National Championships in General Santos City, the city supported a delegation of 83 athletes, coaches, and staff covering transportation, uniforms, meals, and incidental allowances. And during our 2026 Summer Sports Clinic, 1,043 young athletes enrolled in 17 different sports. From basketball, volleyball, and football, to boxing, taekwondo, arnis, pickleball, and many more. 597 boys and 446 girls took part in the program. Through sports, we help keep our youth active, disciplined, and away from drugs. As we invest in our youth, we must also make sure there are jobs waiting for them. We now turn to employment and livelihood. Through the city's sisterhood agreement with Yongdongan, South Korea, Dumagueteños were given the chance to work abroad as seasonal farm workers. For the past year, 286 seasonal workers have already been deployed to South Korea. Our seasonal workers in South Korea can earn at least 4,800 pesos a day. For these workers, being able to provide for their families back home makes the sacrifice worthwhile. But employment does not always have to mean leaving the country. Since last year, the city has also conducted 5 job fairs connecting local job seekers directly with employers. Through these job fairs, more than 500 found employment. Because in the end, the best help we can give our people is a job that can build a better life. But livelihood also means making it easier for people to do business in Dumaguete. Before, processing a business permit could take weeks. So the city reorganized and streamlined the departments involved in processing business permits. Today, what once took weeks can now be completed in just 3 to 5 days. Since then, 4,349 new businesses have been registered in Dumaguete. More businesses mean more economic activity, more job, and more revenue for the city to fund services and future projects. To serve our people better, we also have to strengthen the government that serves them. We now turn to governance and public service.
Almost 65% of the city government workforce are job order employees. Before this administration, many of them earned only 371 pesos a day on a no-work, no-pay basis. Their pay also depended on civil service eligibility, which meant some workers received even less. Upon taking office, Mayor Sagarbarilla and his administration immediately increased and standardized job order pay to 463 pesos a day across the board. Then, in January 2026, the administration raised it again to 483 pesos per day, following the 2020 salary schedule. And by July 2026, Mayor Sagarbarilla's administration increased job order pay once more to 500 pesos a day. Our casual employees also received successive salary increases. Before this administration, they earned only 440 pesos a day. Upon taking office, Mayor Sagarbarilla and his administration immediately raised that to 463 pesos per day. In January 2026, the city raised their daily pay again to 498 pesos. And by July 2026, the administration raised it once more to 540 pesos a day. From 440 to 540 a day in only less than a year. And by January 2027, the city will adopt the 2024 salary schedule. That means another round of salary increases for our city employees. To our job orders and casual employees, you work hard for this city every day, and you deserve fair pay for that hard work. For years, one of the biggest concerns of suppliers doing business with the city was the long wait for payment. Before this administration, suppliers would wait 8 months to 1 year before getting paid for goods or services already delivered. So the city streamlined the work of the Treasurer's Office and Accounting Office to speed up payments. Today, payments can be completed in as early as just 2 months. Today, suppliers can deal with the city faster and with less hassle. The city also continues to post strong revenue collections from taxes, fees, and other city revenues. As of July 31, 2026, we have already collected 79.72% of our target for the entire year. And the city now has 2 billion and 684 million in total cash in banks. A strong financial position gives the city more room to fund our programs and future projects.
Good public service also depends on having the right equipment to get the job done. For years, several city offices had limited vehicles for their daily operations. So the city invested in new vehicles for the offices that serve our people every day. 19 light vehicles have already been turned over to different city offices, including the GSO, City Agriculture Office, OSCA, City Nutrition Office, City Veterinarian, CLHIDO, ENRO, PESO, City Engineering, OBO, BFP, CEED, the Treasurer's Office, and others. These include utility vehicles, pickup trucks, freezer vans, a cargo truck, and passenger vehicles. The City Health Office also received a patient transport vehicle from PCSO, while the CDRRMO received another from PAGCOR. And another 36 motorcycles were distributed to different local offices. For the longest time, one of the biggest problems faced by our barangays was the lack of reliable transportation. This made it harder for them to respond to emergencies, carry out community programs, and deliver basic services to their residents. So the city began providing L300 utility vehicles to our barangays. And 27 barangays have already received their own unit. And just as our barangays need vehicles, they also need proper places where people can go for government services. Over the years, some of our barangay halls had already deteriorated and needed major repairs. So the city rehabilitated the barangay halls of Mangnao and Talay. And in Barangay Bantayan, we constructed a brand new barangay hall. Better pay, better equipment, and better facilities all lead to one thing: better public service for Dumaguete. When Typhoon Tino affected Canlaon, Dumaguete sent relief assistance for our neighbors. 1,040 packs of 5-kilo rice, 1,000 1-gallon containers of water, 6,000 canned goods, and 1,000 coffee sachets. And when a 6.9 magnitude earthquake devastated parts of Bogos City, Cebu, Dumaguete also extended financial assistance worth 1 million. When our neighbors need help, Dumaguete was there.
Legislative. Good governance also needs laws that respond to the needs of our people. From the start of this administration through June 2026, the City Council passed 644 resolutions and 194 ordinances. That is 838 legislative measures passed in less than a year. Among the important ordinances passed were an ordinance providing free anti-rabies and anti-tetanus vaccinations for our people, an ordinance institutionalizing Job Start Philippines in Dumaguete, helping prepare young job seekers for employment, an ordinance establishing a fertilizer support program for our rice farmers, an ordinance institutionalizing the assignment of doctors to all 30 barangays, an ordinance providing free animal birth control services, an ordinance strengthening the prohibition against contraband inside our jail facilities, and an ordinance prohibiting the drinking of alcoholic beverages in streets, alleys, and sidewalks. The City Council continues to pass measures that respond directly to the needs of Dumaguetnons.
In just our first year, much has already been done. But none of these accomplishments could have been achieved by one person or one office alone. To our city officials and department heads, our regular and job order employees, our barangay officials and workers, our partners in government and the private sector, our volunteers, and every Dumaguetnon who worked with us, daghang salamat. These accomplishments belong to all of us. And while we have come a long way, there is still much more to do. Some of the biggest plans for Dumaguete are still ahead. This first year was only the beginning. The work continues, and so does our promise of Serbisyong Sigurado. See you in our next project, Dumaguete.
Aksyon! Balita!